Hey guys, this is NUSensei. Today I'm going to do a bit of training, but I do have something to reflect on. Just the other day I shot a feeder 70-720. The first one I've shot in quite a while, and it was a very expensive experience. It was an amazingly windy day. Really hard conditions, probably something you might not shoot in, but we persevered and pushed through it, and we learned a lot, and I was absolutely wrecked, as was my scorecard, and as was several of my X10s. Some people mentioned that you probably should get a set of practice arrows, which aren't as expensive. That's a really good idea. You don't want to blow up your X10s. So I thought I'd start today looking at the target face which we had, and some people have asked questions about shooting in wind. And this is a very good topic. I don't really have a straight, clean answer. There are several things you can do, but the thing I want to point out here, you might just be able to see some of the hit marks, is you can't ignore wind. You might be wondering how much impact does wind actually have on your shooting. I remember wind does two things. The first thing wind does is it blows you off target. So when you're up full draw, holding the bow, that can make shooting very hard, especially in a big crosswind. The second thing is that it does, of course, cause your arrows to drift. Now, on Sunday, very high winds. We had a big heat wave, and then we had to recall change, and the winds were enormous. And the winds were, it started as a tailwind, but it was shooting diagonally across. So it became a crosswind off to the right, so to my right over here. And what you see here is the result. There were four of us. There's a compound, a barebow, and two recurves. And what you see here is a typical windy day distribution. I'll just bring it close, and you can probably see here. So what you'll notice is that we have a general kind of middle grouping. It's fairly typical, some gold, some red, and from the blues. That is, on average, between the four of us, that's what we were shooting. But you notice that there is nothing on the left side of the target. It's almost clean. There are a couple of random hits, but this side is completely clean. You look on the right side, you can see it's kind of like a comet tail kind of thing, where a lot of the shots were drifting right. A lot of these were mine, but everybody was shooting to the right. Even our compound shooter at 70 meters was drifting to the right. Often it was low and right because the wind was changing from a tailwind, then going to a crosswind. So the arrows didn't carry as far, and the arrows kind of dropped really low. I had a few. I shot a lot way off target. I think every distance I was missing at least one arrow every end. And that's a terrible thing to have at 70 meters. At closer distances, it might just be a couple of colors off, but at long distance, depending on your form and how many mistakes you make, you may find some drifting 2 or 3 colors in very high winds. And in my case, I was already off target, and then having the wind blow that even further, I actually lost an X10. So it's a very expensive mistake to make. Don't ignore wind. Wind is very important, and a lot of people will shoot with no regard to the wind. They'll just keep the sight on target and shoot. You have to compensate for wind. If it's going to be a consistent wind, you've got to make sight adjustments, or you have to aim off. Otherwise, you will find that you will drift. You might not notice it in one end. It might just be 1 or 2 arrows every end, but you're dropping points every single arrow that happens. And if you don't make the adjustment, then after 36 arrows or 72 arrows, you're going to be bleeding 50, 100, hundreds of points just due to wind. So it was very confidence shaking. It wasn't a confidence builder. It really exposed a lot of weaknesses, and I haven't shot competitive distances for a long time. The other thing is, during the halfway break, we had a bit of a chat, and it was a good mental refocus session. And what I found was, I guess in my heyday, in my prime, which wasn't very much of a prime, but I find that this is a mentality thing. Some people shoot and calm down. I have to be slightly tense and angry to shoot well. And that, like, I find that like when I have a bad end or I break an arrow, I go into beast mode and things become a lot stronger. I become more focused, the draw and the shot become cleaner. There's more determination in the shot, it becomes a lot more deliberate. And that's what I felt was lacking and have been lacking for a long time. I do have a chronic problem where I don't expand properly, my shoulder doesn't rotate far enough, and I tend to pull through with my arm, which drags the string across, drags the bow across to the right side. I know that's a problem, but I find, especially when fatigue, that I lose that hunger, I lose that drive, and I think for me, I have to rebuild a lot of this. I mean, I say anger, it's more aggression, where I really want to shoot and I want to shoot well, rather than calming down. I don't think calming down works well for me. I need to be a little tense. So today, my goal is I want to start indoors at 10-ish meters, just get my form right. I want to work on the shoulder coming across and executing a very clean process. I might want to increase my pace a bit. My last few practice videos, I've had a very good anchor in line, but it takes a little long to get there. Not necessarily a bad thing, but I want to get that a little smoother. Because when you're in outdoor distances and it's windy, you tend to take a little longer, whereas especially in wind, you want to be a little faster, so you're not blown around as much. So I want to maintain that rhythm. I want to increase the rhythm just a bit and maintain an aggressive mindset. We'll see how that works. What I'm telling myself right now is to finish the shot. I guess because my confidence is a little shaken, I'm coming in, I'm at the point of the click at the very edge, and I'm not finishing the shot. So I'm trying to remind myself to power it through, finish it. The other thing I'm keeping in mind is breathing. Some people ask me about breathing. I'll do a video on this a bit later, but I was learning on Saturday. I had a coaching seminar, and we're talking about proper breathing. And you don't have to think about this too much, but the actual correct way to breathe is you inhale before the draw, but by the time you reach full draw, you exhale because you want your chest and shoulders to drop. So when you breathe out at full draw, your shoulders will naturally drop down to its natural position. So that's what I'm trying to do. It's I'm thinking about it a bit because I don't normally do this. But it's one of those things which are a bit more advanced for shooters. We'll see how it works. So my breathing's a little laboured. Just finish the shot. It's come out quite nicely actually. A little longer, I'll still tell myself finish the shot. I'm going to show aggression, I'm going to power through, I'm going to push it through. As long as I do that, I'm going to be reasonably on target. It's when I stop and hesitate, that's when the bad shots happen. Coming through really nicely. I'm really happy with this. I'm not feeling the strain at either of my shoulders. Normally when I pull through too quickly, I feel this shoulder start aching, and I feel like if I feel this front shoulder rising, that'll feel painful as well. It's coming through really nice without me pulling through. That's for the best shot yet. So I'm pretty happy with the indoor grouping. It's indoor, but at the same time, you know, when you are shaky, if your confidence, you've had a bad round and you're trying to wash it out, then coming back and shooting close range in a blind bow or shooting at a blank target, that can really help restore confidence, and that felt pretty good. But I'm going to do now, I'm going to go outside and do a bit of short range training outside. Again, step by step, I'm not going to go long distance and shoot 70 meters again. I could, it's a good day, let's win, but let's take baby steps. So rather than push myself instead of school barrier, I want to shoot perhaps a 20 meter benchmark round, 36 arrows, and see how I go there. I just want to build this up slowly. Now I'm going to do this a little differently. Ideally, the shots outside should be the same quality as the shots inside. However, as you're probably seeing right now, it's not quite the same when you start introducing different stress factors. So because many people learn from my videos and enjoy watching my practice sessions and learn from them, and some of you want to practice applying your theoretical knowledge, what I'm going to challenge you to do is to kind of guess my score. I don't have the individual score values. I do have each end value for every 6 arrows. It's out of 360 in total. Each end is a maximum of 60 points. So at 20 meters, try and guess what my score will be just by looking at my form.